Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Come on, set. 30 base. Pilot, 64, weak. Hey, orbit.
They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. He's got a man. Complete. The 20. Touchdown, Giants. Golden Tate. His third touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Rosas good with the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. This is David Johnson, the former All-Pro. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And he stopped immediately there. Bud Dupree, a former first-round pick, in on the stop.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
You better be afraid of me. No. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship. What?
Looking to throw on second down. Murray. And he fires one incomplete. Charles Clay is tied in the intended target. And now it's third down.
I think we can make this one pretty simple. That was a rookie mistake made by the rookie quarterback, trying to force a pass without really using proper mechanics.
Throwing is Murray on third down. And a throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. "35 yards on the return. Picked up some good blocks as well. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. Maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here.
At the 46-yard line.
Here we go. 6-6, pull it high. 10-2 stop.
A first carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Let's go. 70, Indy.
Right there.
And watch that. And watch the ball. Let's go.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jones looking for Tate, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. And they will score. It's a pick six for the Cardinals touchdown. Short throw pick six right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Extra point right down the middle. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And we are tied at 7. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right? Good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Gallman will run it. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Wayne Gallman, his 4th touchdown on the year. Solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35 to make it the 40-yard line.
Well, you gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what?
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. A huge play there for Arizona. 55 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Larry Fitzgerald was the intended target, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. And his kick here is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts of the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline.
The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. It's brought in left side by Tate. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful. A lot of eyes on Golden Tate this year to see if he can take over some of the production that OBJ had before he got shipped to Cleveland. You know, Beckham had 1,000-yard seasons 4 of his 5 years in New York. Golden Tate struggled at the end of last year in Philadelphia, but he had a really good run in Detroit, including 3,000-yard seasons in the middle of this decade. Throwing on third and long. Jones. It's caught. Shepard. And he's going to get this deep onto Arizona's side of the field. A big play there on the catch and run. 64 yards. So from their own 20 all the way to the red zone now. A chance to capitalize on 1st and 10. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, Jones. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down.
43 is the mic, boy. 43. Check.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. Now they're staring at a 4th down as Arizona's defense does its job. So on 4th down, on comes the Giants kicker, Aldrick Rosas. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. Rosas' kick is good. Remember, with Rosas, there was some speculation last year in the preseason that he might not hold on to his job with the Giants.
But he certainly answered the challenge, didn't he? 32 of 33 during the regular season, 97% that is, and was named to the NFC Pro Bowl team. And by the way, at 6'3", 234, he can bench press your kicker.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the veteran Antoine Bethea. That's an experienced DB picking off a rookie, and you know sometimes those experienced DBs, they love going against the young pups, don't they?
And I go back to the offseason, had a quick conversation with him about, hey, when you play younger quarterbacks, what's it like for you? And he says it's like being a boxer. I give him a lot of different angles, a lot of different looks, and a lot of times I just bait the young guy.
And there he baited him right into the interception. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Hill. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Robert Alford that time on the great coverage.
There are a good number of coaches at any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. A shotgun snap for Hill. It's complete to Graham. A big play there on the catch and run. 46 yards.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. Flushed out right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Taco Charlton just creating a disaster there for the offense as that one goes 16 yards in the wrong direction. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now Hill. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Four minutes to play here in quarter number 2. Play action. It's Hill. They'll roll him out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Chandler Jones in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
And now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. A lot of people felt Johnson was a little misused during what was a disappointing 2018. 940 yards on the ground, 7 touchdowns. Great for most, but not the season Johnson was hoping for. And he said this offseason there are a lot of good running backs in the NFL, but I'm the best. And now he's trying to prove it, hoping to get back to the production that sent him to the Pro Bowl in 2016. That would certainly help his rookie quarterback. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down. Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. To throw is Murray. Open man is Kirk, complete. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Fitzgerald hauling it in for Murray. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 42. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll be 2nd down. Murray to air it out again. Throw right side is going to be caught by...
We got this.
Our first update now comes from Atlanta. An early lead in that game for the Falcons. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. Murray now rebounding nicely after the interception. He's hit 4 straight to start the drive. It's first down. Johnson with a burst, a first down and more. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. David Johnson, his second touchdown on the season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will shave one more off this lead. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes. Back-to-back, what a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. On 2nd and 9, Hill flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
After the turnover, here's Murray. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Murray looks to throw again, 2nd and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. And he's got Fitzgerald. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains. The young buck finding the veteran there. There is 14 years separating Kyler Murray and Larry Fitzgerald. Murray turning 22 back on August 7th and on August 31st. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. He's going to fire one deep over them. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And a very good return as he'll take it all the way up to the 40-yard line. Andy Isabella was the intended target. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
Golden Tate's gonna go. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Golden Tate with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Giants strike quickly here for 6 points. Rosas good with the extra point. Around the NFL, second quarter in Atlanta. And really pouring it on now with the Falcons. And we'll be sure to keep an eye on that one as we go along here.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
And that's caught inside the 30. A big play there just before halftime. 57 yards. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This will be taken in at the 1. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, it's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bud Dupree able to record his 5th sack of the season. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
To try again after the sack, Murray. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Bud Dupree. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
Got it. 22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber.
It's just me and you.
Big grip. Big grip.
Here's Hill now after the interception. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Buda Baker with a pick. 20. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw on free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Hill. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Alpha.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Well, you admire anyone trying to pick up an additional couple of yards. They're just not worth it when you take shots like that. Quarterbacks have to stay in the game and stay on the field.
Hill looks to throw. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Terrell Suggs able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack.
Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect it. Past the 20. Touchdown, Cardinals. One of the more impressive punt returns you will see. That one from 87 yards away as his guys are able to regain the lead.
We can debate all we want about Patrick Peterson returning punts. We know he's a Pro Bowl corner, so there's a risk factor there, but he loves it, and he often creates big plays, as we just saw there.
Yeah, here the end justifies the means, so to speak. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Hill. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. That'll go as a loss of 5. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Here we go, here we go. 30 base.
Check, 43. Watch the slap.
5.
Out of the gun. Hill. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Grant.
Get him, boy. Get him.
Here's Riley Dixon now. Remember, his first attempt was returned for a touchdown. A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Now a 10th carry for Johnson, and he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. To throw on 3rd down, Murray. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Yannick Ngakoue able to record his 5th sack of the season. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Yeah, and that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one for the old average. 68 yards on the punt there. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
Then they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
so well. Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. The intended receiver was Jakeem Grant. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. And avoids the contact by sliding. 1st down for the Giants as they pick up 12. So there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the 1st.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key.
And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. From the gun, here's Hill. And that is incomplete. Robert Alford that time on the great coverage.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for New York. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Here's Johnson. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he's a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Murray now. And able to find Kirk complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal first down. Murray now 8 of 17 so far, so under 50%, but he's got a 1st and 10. Throwing now is Murray. He's going to... Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Janoris Jenkins. And that was a young pup, the rookie, being intercepted by a veteran DB.
And I loved our quick conversation in pregame with him on the field where he said, hey, look, I love playing these young quarterbacks. They don't know a whole lot yet, so I can use my mind to put me in a position.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Terrell Suggs in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. He's going to let one fly for Tate. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. On the return is Peterson. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, it does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They go to Johnson again. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. Out of the gun, here's Murray. And that will be incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. Here comes Grant on the return. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down as he goes 32 yards on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Hill. Flush, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Taco Charlton in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now it's Hill. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. Here's Riley Dixon now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Now it's Peterson. 12 yards on the return that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
No gain on the play there, second down. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. There's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter.
You ain't going nowhere.
A first down carry here for Johnson. He'll have another first down and more. And finally brought down at the 38. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Johnson. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
No, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So for the Cards, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to New Orleans to take on the Saints. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit.